Hello, Andrea reporting from Tucson, AZ, Homeowner Basic 101. Today, my mom asked me to clean out her shut-off valve. So, everybody knows, or should know if they're a homeowner especially, even if they're renting a house, what the shut-off valve is and what it is and where it is and what it does. So here is what it looks like. Can you guys see that? Whoops. It always has one of these iron things over it, and it's the little rectangle thing, okay? So this one gets buried with soot and fills with water. Just so you know, these are bottomless encasings for the valve so that you can always get to the valve easily to shut it off, which is vital. You want to know and have this very clear. You want to be able to get to this shut-off valve. How do you know it's on? First of all, I'm going to cover that too. But you want to be able to get to this in the event of an emergency or a pipe breaking. You don't want to have to come out here and dig this out when you have water leaking all over the place. So it's important to really have this always cleared out. In California, this is a great spot for black widows, so you want to watch out for that. Here I found one cricket. He was a juvenile cricket, so he was cool. He hopped out and he's moving on with his life. And I dug this out just enough right now, so because we're getting the water softener and reverse osmosis installed. Yay! And they're going to need to shut the valve off. So the valve is on right now. How do I know this? The valve is this handle right here, and then here's a little, I hope you can see, I know it's kind of dark, but the valve will always be lined up with the pipe. Okay, so you've got your pipe, and then your valve goes off, on, off, on. On is always in alignment with the pipe. That's universal. Okay? So when I dug this out myself, I did bring out my little handy-dandy trencher shovel, but you really don't want to do that unless you're an experienced person, because you can break your pipe. And if you break this shutoff area, then you've got to go further down the street to the main hole, shut off everybody's water, and you don't want that to happen. So I don't suggest digging it out with a trencher shovel, which is my favorite shovel other than the square shovel. And between these three tools, the square, the trencher, and the Maddox, you can do anything in the ground with the ground. Okay, so I have a little bucket here. I put my little diggings out in so I don't make a big mess, and everything looks cool. That's part of a professional little secret trick of the trade type thing, because unless you know that, you just start digging and leave piles and whatnot. So you can see over here, I was digging up this tree. It's pretty gnarly. It needs a stump grinder, chainsaw. It'll ruin any chain that hits it because there's a lot of dirt. But you can see I used my cardboard right here, and I put my dirt on it. So it's professional. But anyway, I used to landscape. But anyway, so I just wanted to cover that because this is a real basic thing that all homeowners and home renters need to know about. This is your shutoff valve. You want to have it clear. I use this tool. This worked great, you guys. And then I just, I used that tool, and then I just got my hands dirty, no biggie, and put it in the bucket. And so now we can turn this valve off and on, no black widows. The other thing I want to ask for is possible tips on how to. Usually people will fill this with gravel that had already been done once. This area, if you can notice, is like a wash, low area. It's man-made wash, ravine type thing. So I guess when it rains, this area can get saturated, and the silt and the gravel was all mixed in together. So I was suggesting I could dig a little further, put some, 1/4-inch gravel down in there, and then put some jelly bean rock, because jelly bean rock is soft and it's the size of jelly bean, and it's nice to handle with your hands, and put that on the top of the gravel. Any suggestions, recommendations, ideas? Because it appears that this area does flood, and the silt will just cover the rock and jelly bean if I were to fill it. So open to ideas. Maybe there's an inspector out there that has a good idea. Andrea reporting from Tucson. Thanks for watching Home Basics 101. Shut off valve. Bye. Eyes wide open, no fear.